Erik and I killed our parents together, so I'd say that makes us pretty close.
Oh, yeah, I binged this show. It's one of the most popular ones on Netflix right now. We're talking about Monsters. The season follows the case of Erik and Lyle Menendez.
All right, the two brothers were convicted of murdering their parents in Beverly Hills back in 1989, and both are serving life sentences. But now the Los Angeles County District Attorney has agreed to review new evidence that could change all that.
Fox 5's Teresa Priolo joins us now with a closer look at the role that this TV series could have played in all of this. Teresa?
Yeah, maybe it's Netflix, or maybe it was Kim Kardashian that was personally vouching for the character of Lyle and Erik Menendez. Whatever the reason, for the first time in over 30 years, the Menendez brothers will have their case reviewed, and that could lead to freedom.
My dad had been molesting me.
It was the case that shocked the country. Two brothers from Beverly Hills killed their parents in cold blood inside their multi-million-dollar mansion. Were they psychopathic spoiled rich kids or victims of sexual abuse? It's a question that's been floating since Erik and Lyle Menendez were sentenced to life in prison without parole in 1990. Now the Los Angeles DA's office is promising to give the case another look.
We have not decided on the outcome. We are reviewing the information, but I think it's also important that we recognize that both men and women can be the victims of sexual assault.
The renewed interest comes on the heels of the Netflix series Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story.
Erik and I killed our parents together.
The series aims to examine the case from a few different perspectives to figure out why Lyle and Erik killed their parents, Kitty and Jose. Now, Kim Kardashian has also published a personal essay saying the boys are changed men and should be released.
Hollywood doesn't dictate what happens in a criminal case. Hopefully prosecutors don't bend to pressure because what people see in a dramatized version of true events. At the same time, if it's a catalyst to examine something worthy of being examined, that's a terrific thing.
Typically, reopening a case requires new evidence, and a new letter has been revealed detailing the abuse. Jose Menendez was shot 6 times. Kitty was hit 10. It was so gruesome, the LAPD initially thought it was a mob hit. Both boys confessed and took the stand in their own defense. But during the second trial, a judge ruled the allegations of abuse and family testimony supporting it couldn't be heard. Since then, a former member of the boy band Menudo has come forward to say Jose abused him also. According to TMZ's Harvey Levin, that shows a pattern of abuse.
My spidey senses tell me that the DA may go to court and say to the judge, look, based on what we now know, this should have been a voluntary manslaughter case. If the judge buys it, they have served 3 times the maximum for voluntary manslaughter, and they would be instantly released.
So a hearing is scheduled for November the 26th, but it's unclear if this new review is going to be done by then.
Teresa, this is fascinating. I mean, like you said, the question is not whether they killed their parents or not. They've admitted to that. But now, what could be the outcome of this review?
So legal experts are saying that they could stay in prison, nothing could happen. They could be completely retried, or they could just be released. There's a number of different things that would happen. And if you listen to Harvey Levin there, he was saying if, in fact, they are retried or resentenced, they have already served 3 times the amount of time that they would have served had they been convicted of manslaughter.
Interesting.
So they'd be walking out, essentially.
Wow, and they have tried to appeal before, right?
Yeah, they've tried to appeal, and it hasn't gone anywhere. They went before the California Court of Appeals, the Supreme Court of California. It went all the way up to the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals, denied each and every time. So it's interesting to see if this new evidence works, and then also our understanding of trauma and abuse in the wake of sexual assault, if that plays into it, and if that makes people reconsider this case.
Yeah, we've got quite the education in the 30 years since then,
exactly,
for sure. All right, interesting. Thanks, Teresa.